Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your boredom busters coming up, but first, our top story. 121 Vietnam veterans are now on their way to Washington, D.C. as part of Midwest Honor Flight. This is the second flight this fall and eighth mission since the organization was founded in 2017. The vets attended a banquet last night before catching their flight in the morning.
Just the camaraderie, being with guys that I know went through the same stuff. I want to enjoy the fellowship with them guys.
Seeing the sights on Washington, like I said, I've never been that far before. So.
Well, I'd like to see the Vietnam Wall and Arlington Cemetery would be my two major things I'd like to see.
You can watch the full story from last night's banquet here on KELOLAND.com. Carter Schmidt is traveling with the veterans to D.C., so be sure to watch for his coverage next week on KELOLAND News. A Sioux Falls woman has pleaded guilty to first-degree manslaughter in connection with the death of her baby. TERESA BENTAAS changed her plea in court on Friday. In exchange, the state dropped first- and second-degree murder charges. The guilty plea was entered under what is called a Alford plea. It allows a defendant to maintain her innocence while authorizing the court to enter a guilty plea. BENTAAS was charged in the death of a newborn baby known as Baby Andrew. The infant's body was discovered in a ditch next to a cornfield along Sycamore Avenue in February of 1981. DNA evidence led to a break in the case in 2019. BENTAAS will be sentenced on December 2nd. She could face up to life in prison. Native American culture and history have been in the spotlight at Washington High School. On Friday, students performed jingle dress and fancy shawl dances. Students and staff have been taking part in different activities all week ahead of Native American Day on Monday. One of the dancers says it's important for students to be educated about their culture.
I feel like a lot of students, they don't even know what any of this stuff is. They've never heard of a powwow, and even if they have, they probably think it's just like where some natives go and hop around and in a circle or something. They don't really respect it.
Other activities included putting up a teepee Friday morning. The Sioux Falls School District will not be having classes on Monday. Let's get a first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Scott Munt in the Storm Center. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, Perry. We continue to follow showers and thunderstorms this morning, central and into northeastern South Dakota. Redeveloping storms, which will be strong to severe later this afternoon and evening, and found across northeastern KELOLAND. We'll talk more about that coming up here in a bit. In the meantime, for today, another above-average day, 70s, maybe some low 80s will appear in southeastern KELOLAND. Now, a little cooler in the western South Dakota with that northwest wind in Rapid City. And I'll have more details on your forecast coming up here in just a couple of minutes, Perry.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. Well, the J.C.'s Haunted House in Sioux Falls has opened its creaky doors for the Halloween season. This year's Haunted House features a school-related theme with banging lockers and creepy classrooms. The J.C.'s are able to offer more frightening features this year after having to scale back the scares during the pandemic last year.
Being back to normal, we have more twisties and turnies in the hallways. I feel like we have more rooms and they're not quite as big, so you get a little bit of that. I'm stuck in a dark hall, can't see where I'm going.
Many of the school supplies featured in the Haunted House were donated by the public. The Haunted House is the J.C.'s biggest fundraiser of the year. The Haunted House is open from 7 to midnight in the Arts Building of the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds. Tickets are $12 online, $17 at the gate. A Fast Pass is an additional $5. The Haunted Farm in Worthing, South Dakota includes a haunted barn, haunted woods, dark trail, plus a hayride and animals. The hours are from 7 to 10 p.m. The cost is $23, $10 for the non-haunted attractions. The location of the barn is at 276th Street. Dakota Dachshund Rescue is hosting a Halloweeny trunk or treat. It's taking place at Your Pet Shop on East 41st Street from noon to 3. The Sioux Falls Area Humane Society is hosting a Fetching Fall Craft and Bake Sale. Not only can you purchase fall and Halloween items, but there will also be a costume contest for dogs. The Craft and Bake Sale goes from 11 to 5. Junk and Market Days features vendors from across South Dakota selling repurposed, rustic, shabby, chic, farmhouse, vintage, and one-of-a-kind items. It's taking place in the Expo Center at the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds from 9 to 4. Admission is $5, free for children 12 and under. Scott?
And in weather this morning, we'll continue to follow our thunderstorm chances. I know we have a couple of those going this morning. Non-severe, but we'll watch for some stronger weather as we do hit the afternoon hours and heading into the evening in northeastern South Dakota, as well as periods of heavy rain from near Mobridge, Huron to the east and northeast of that area, as everything will continue to eventually move to the northeast, and I think a lot of this will be found north of Interstate 90. We will continue our chances for rain today as well in the central and western South Dakota. Some lingering showers in our forecast for tomorrow into northeastern South Dakota. Slight risk for severe weather today from Aberdeen, Huron to the east and to the northeast, and all modes of severe weather will be possible. Now we're talking a chance for snow for the hills of western South Dakota by midweek of next week, as another hit of colder air starts to move in across the western, eventually the northern western United States, and eventually the northern plains. We may see some snow there for the hills by Wednesday. Otherwise, a wind-driven rain in the central and eastern KELOLAND, as temperatures will end up being much cooler as we do make our way to midweek of next week and just beyond. Now, the 7-day rainfall totals, I'll run through two different computer models for you. The first model here, heavily weighted for today in north central and northeastern South Dakota, but over the next 7 days, we could see rainfall amounts in the western, say central and northern KELOLAND anywhere from an inch to maybe 4 inches. And the second model that we like to look at tends to agree with that as well, with the heavy rainfall amounts in the parts of western, central, and northern South Dakota. Here's that forecast for today. Temperatures will hit the 60s and 70s for afternoon highs. We'll see overnight lows fall to the 40s and 50s. And then for tomorrow, we'll have temperatures in the 50s and 60s, partly sunny skies, and strong northwest winds. And remember, you can always check the details of that 7-day forecast while you're here online. Have a great weekend.